If you check the rough statistic of immigrants or foreigners coming into Ghana for a better life, you will see that topping the chart is Nigerians. And this is because a lot of Nigerians are looking for ways to leave their country, to go to just about any country, and probably because of the proximity of Ghana to Nigeria, a lot of them come to Ghana. Now, one of the reasons why most of them do come to Ghana is that they might have friends, siblings who have come to Ghana, before them. And when those friends go back home, they obviously go back quite different from the way they had left early on. And when they go back, of course, a number of them have excess money to splash here and there. And those ones who are at home obviously want to know the source of their livelihood. And they tell them, come to Ghana and you are going to make it. And there are so many stories, so many unbelievable stories. But the thing is that this group of people who just get up and come to Ghana are so gullible that they do not sit down to do their research. They pack their bags and baggages, luggages and everything and come to Ghana and realize that a good chunk of the stories that they were sold were all lies. A good part of the fairy tales that they were told are all lies. But the unfortunate thing is that when they come here, they have to either do the unimaginable, do the things that they were not prepared for. And although we have some who upon coming to Ghana realize that it's not true, they turn back. But for the vast majority, they don't have the resources to pack up and go back to Ghana. Thereby, they put their hands into crime. I'm talking about cyber crime, I'm talking about fraud, I'm talking about prostitution. And of course, when you're doing something of this nature, you are against the laws of the land. Today's video is an unsolicited advice that I would love to give to Nigerians who are, yet to come to Ghana. And for those who have already come to Ghana, towards the later end of this video or at any point in time of this video, I'm going to be telling you the things that you can do if you do not want to go back to Nigeria and you want to remain here, but you are not against the laws of the land. So guys, if you want to hear this unsolicited advice from this Nigerian girl who is living here in Ghana, then this is the video. So guys, you're welcome back. And if you're new to this channel, my name is Obinje. I talk about Ghana, basically living here in Ghana. And if you want to be a part of this channel, then you can subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notification, give this video a thumbs up. And guys, let's get to the nitty-gritty of my unsolicited advice. Now, this is one advice that nobody is going to give you here in Ghana. Nobody is going to take out that time to tell you this is exactly how it is. And don't blame them. Everybody is going about his or her daily life to sit down and start telling you that this is how it is in Ghana, this is how it is in Ghana. If you find that one person who tells you that life is not easy here, just as it is not easy where you are coming from, then you need to give that person a big hug. The truth is that there is no job. Now, don't get me wrong. When I say that there is no job, what I mean is that there is no job for you who is coming from Nigeria, who is coming from any other country. Unless, of course, you're coming with your own money to set up a big business, or you got a job from outside Ghana. And of course, you and I know what it takes to, get a job from outside Ghana. So let's start with getting a job outside Ghana. For those who got jobs from outside Ghana, probably they are working with this organization or whatever it is, and they are being posted here because there's a vacancy here. You know how all these office, packages are. So they are coming here not because they applied for that job. It's kind of a transfer. If you are thinking that you have the qualification, you have the skills, let me also let you know that Ghana also has well-educated people. As educated as you think you are, they have them here. If you think skills, they equally have it here. Ghana has a robust educational system here. So if you're thinking that by coming to Ghana with your certificate, with your skills, you are going to get a job here, well, I'm not the one to burst your bubbles, but let me just let you know that before you are even considered, Ghana will consider its own citizens. Okay, so whoever is telling you that there are jobs here in Ghana is lying to you. Because even if you do come here as a foreigner, there are certain things that need to be on the ground before you can get a job here. Do you have your resident stay, your permit? I mean, do you have it? Because for you to be legally, resident in Ghana here, it means that you have a work permit or you have a student permit. I mean, those are self-explanatory. So somebody who is telling you that there is a job here in Ghana, you should pack up and come here, the person is not entirely being honest with you. And of course, yes, there are jobs that you could get here in Ghana, but the jobs I'm talking about receptionists, waitresses, sales reps and all of that. Those are not the kind of jobs that you will get up from your country and come here to get, hoping for that turnaround in your life and all of that. But let me also let you know that most times when people go back home and tell their families that there are jobs here in Ghana that has turned their lives, giving them that 360 turnaround, most of those jobs are usually crime, fraud, or even prostitution. And it's so unfortunate that Nigeria tops the chart for most of these illegal activities here in Ghana. So most times when you hear that a Nigerian is here in Ghana, even though it's not all Nigerians that are into this, fraudulent acts, but most times when it comes to mind, those are the things that are happening right here. We have Nigerians who are into businesses, but still they do not amount for the number of cases of illegality that is taking place here in Ghana. So you, this innocent person, your friend, your sibling, or whoever it is tells you that I'm doing very well in Ghana, and you can actually see the change on that person. Because yes, indeed, there's change, there's money based off whatever it is that they are doing. You're so restless, you want to come to Ghana, then eventually you find your way, you come to Ghana. And when you come to Ghana, you're coming with limited resources. Most times these individuals that come to Ghana come with only the money that is their transportation here to Ghana, so that even when they come, they see how life is here in Ghana. They don't even have the money to go back home. They don't have the resources to be able to take that bus and go back home. And by all means, they have to survive. They have to eat. They have individual needs that they need to, they need to settle. And what is the way out? The way out is to get involved in whatever it was that has been waiting for them. Without them being aware that this is the life that they have been, prepared for. At the end of the day, they say they were sold a lie. You were sold a lie, but the mistake was on you, or the mistake is on you because you did not do your research to find out just about how things are here. You are saying that you want to leave Nigeria and come to Ghana and turn around your situation. I know that a lot of people have left Nigeria to Ghana or to other African countries and they have turned their situations around. But you need to also find out much more about that country that you're coming into. You need to find out how things are in that country. In many ways, Nigeria and Ghana are also on the same table in terms of employment. There is a lot of unemployment here and there's a lot of unemployment back home. And once again, you are coming into this country undocumented. You are coming into this country with, without the right ways of coming into this country. So let's even assume that you came with your certificate and you applied for a job. Which organization is going to employ you, knowing that you are here on an illegal stay? So let's go to the other part of the video where I talked about for those who are already in Ghana, or for those who are planning to come to Ghana. When you come to Ghana, I know that you do not have money. I know that majority of you don't even have the resources to start up a business, because ideally if you come here to Ghana and you realize that this is what you were brought here for, the next thing you're thinking about is either going back home or setting up a business. But this is where it gets a little bit trickish. majority of them don't even have the money to set up a business. And aside even wanting to go back home, there are some who just feel that, oh, they are here, so let them do something that is going to keep body and soul moving. So that's where the issue of business comes into. But you don't even have the money to set up a business, because first things first, let's assume you have a business idea. The first thing you're going to be thinking about is renting a shop. Do you have the money to rent a shop? No, you don't have the money to rent a shop. You don't have the money to rent a shop. You don't have the money to stock it up. What do you do? Your next plan is, oh, I see a lot of people are using a lot of containers, so I could also start with a container. But you don't have the money for the container. You don't have the money to rent the space upon which you are going to mount your container, and also, put whatever it is that you are going to, sell, or whatever it is you want to do inside that container. You don't have it. This is where my unsolicited advice comes in once again. So you find yourself in a situation like that in Ghana. You've been sold that golden lie. You came to Ghana and you see that whatever it is that they want you to come and do is crime, illegal activities, and you say you do not want to do it. And most times these people usually live in the city center. My brother, my sister, this is exactly what I want you to do. Nobody's going to give you this advice. Nobody's going to tell you these things, because everybody has whatever it is that is pursuing them. So this is what you're going to do. As long as you have the strength and you have the health, pack up and move out of the city. Move out, because how are you going to be able to pay your rent in the city center? How are you going to survive? You are going to be forced to do the things that you don't want to do. But when you move to the outer lands of the city, you are most likely going to get a single room that you can afford. Even if it is 6 months thereabout, you can pay for. Everyone is human. When you explain your situation to that person, I don't think there's any landlord, any landlady that is not going to have a touch of human sympathy towards your story. Rent a single room that you can afford to stay for the time being. If you have the manpower and you have skills, see, you have maybe construction skills, then at those areas, find people who are building and go and render your services. Remember, this construction is a daily wage kind of thing. Now, most guys usually are very good at construction work. They can they are usually masons or laborers. Now, even if you are not a mason, you can volunteer for the labor work. You are carrying the blocks and whatever it is that is needed to be done there. Now, I know you might think this is a dirty work, but this is a work that you can do, that number one is going to put you away from crime. You are going to be gainfully employed for the day, and you are going to get your wages by the day. And if you are a smart guy, you can save. You will start interacting with the people around that side. You start networking, you start to socialize with people, and before long, you will gather resources of your own to either go back to Nigeria, or you organize yourself and get your own group of people that you can start sorting, looking for jobs in this area. A lot of people have made it as workers at construction sites here in Ghana. I'm talking about Nigerians that have come here. They're not going to tell you, probably because they don't want you to laugh at them at home, or they just feel it's nobody's business. They are not going to tell you, but because they don't want to put their hands into anything that has to do with illegality or crime, fraud, or all of that, they face the situation head on. This is the situation on ground. We have the skills, we have the strength, we have the time. What are we doing? Let us move into this activity and get ourselves busy. Now, aside construction, now these types of jobs are the ones that you don't necessarily need money to get into it. You don't need capital to get into it. All you need is yourself and the strength to do it. If you can do it, then it's all yours. Another thing that you can do again when you move to the outer skirts is that you can go into farming. Now, I know that you don't have the money to go, lease or rent a land to farm, but there are a lot of farmers at the outskirts. There are a lot of farmers there. They are looking for people to work on their lands for them. They are looking for people to weed. They are looking for people to plant. They are looking for people to harvest. Get yourself busy. Now these people, because most of them are farming close to the riverside, so they get to farm year in, year out, year in, year out. You are there working for them and you are getting your wages daily. It won't be long. You will, if you are like, see, if you are a sharp guy, if you're a sharp guy, if you're a sharp babe, you'll be able to save money, and before not it won't be long, you too, you'll be able to rent your own land and start planting. And guys, let me tell you the kind of things that are being planted: tomatoes, pepper, lettuce, spring onion, cassava, see, cabbage. There are so many things that these people plant, and you know that every society needs food. So when these people plant these things, give and take 3 to 4, 5 months, they are at the market selling, they make their money. So guys, this unsolicited advice is to my brothers, my sisters who are coming from Nigeria, not suspecting whatever it was that they are being, brought into Ghana for. And when eventually they land here, they see that this is the situation. This is the situation. Two things involved: either you go back home or you have to find means to survive. And going back home and finding means to survive, most times I know that it does involve money. But these two things that I have talked about, you don't necessarily need money to, start them up. All you need to do is just get up. Whatever it is that is standing between you and taking that next step, tell that thing that you are above it, because you are not going to put your hands into crime. Nigeria already has a bad name here, and that change that we're talking about, it starts with you, it starts with me. It all depends on that next step that we want to take. It depends on that move that we want to take. Money is needed, but by all means, do not get your hands involved in things that will not favor you, and it will not favor your country at the end of the day. You have the strength, you have the energy, you have the willpower. Get into construction, get into farming. These two businesses, nobody's going to ask whether you are here legally or you're not here legally. Nobody's going to ask for your permit. Nobody's going to ask for all those documentation. All they are going to ask you is, are you good to go? Can you do it? Yes. And that is it. So guys, this is a rather short video. I just wanted to give my unsolicited advice, and this is because I was going through some posts the other day, and they were talking about the police arresting some group of Nigerian boys, and it occurred to me that nobody is actually telling these people the truth. The truth. I know that there are some who are already aware and still take the bull by the horn and say whatever it is, they are going to come to Ghana. But that you are aware still doesn't change the fact that when you get here, you can have a change of mind. And that is one thing a lot of them are faced with. When they come here, they see how things are, and they're like, what next? This is the what next for you, just in case you don't want to go back home. If you can do the mason work, you can do the laborer's work. And if you don't think you can do any of that, then you can go into agriculture. Farming is not a disgrace. Farming is not that kind of thing that we raise our noses for. It's not. It's how you picture it up here in your mind that it is going to be for you. So guys, this is the unsolicited advice from me, who's been living here in Ghana for a couple of years. I see a lot of Nigerians who are into construction, who are into farming, and for those who have the money to set up other businesses that are not so capital intensive, they are doing it here. They are surviving, as long as they don't put their hands into those things that will tarnish their image and also tarnish the image of the country that they are from. So guys, thank you if you watch this video up until this level, and please, I'd love to hear whatever it is that you think about the said conversation down below in the comments. And don't forget that this is Obinje. You can subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notification, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you another day. Bye.